Y'all thought this was gonna be any normal day?
No.
It's a what a day.
It's a what a booger day.
What a burger.
But the reason we're all dressed up into this, also, I'm taking this off. It's too hot.
It is too hot. I'm gonna wear it.
You're gonna wear it? Good for you. Well, so we kind of planned this out perfectly on purpose. The day we're uploading this, we are graduating. We're walking up that stage and grabbing our high school diplomas.
Not recording.
No, we're not recording.
Not recording it. The day it goes up.
The day it uploads, we will be graduating from high school. So we figured, what better way to celebrate it than with one of our favorite things. Thank you for making me look pretty.
No, I was on the mic.
Oh, is it on the mic? Hi. Hi.
She was like,
Anyways, basically, we're just gonna go down memory lane and
Talk about our high school.
all right, Gibson. Talk to me about a little thing called
Junior year. The best year.
flat out. Like, this year's been fun and all that, but
This year's been, I'll get to this year. This year has been not fun. I've had a hard year.
I know you've had.
It's not awful.
Hey, look what happened this year.
We've told this story, so I'll be a little quicker with it.
I will full out drag my version out.
Do you want to tell the story? Since I told the story in the theater rankings one. Tell it from your
I
perspective.
feel like I'm gonna miss something, but I can try.
You tell it.
So, junior year starts. Actually, no. It's the summer between them. We do a Google Meet for our first show, Puffs. Which, if you don't know, you can hear all about Gibson talk about it during theater rankings. Gibson is on the Google Meet. I'm friends with most of the varsity kids, because half of them were from JV, and I was friends with the other varsity kids who were there, who were veterans because they were also in choir. So I knew a lot of people. I was pretty common with everybody, except for this kid. His hair was out of the ponytail. He had the Iron Maiden or Led Zeppelin?
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden flag in the background, and we were just like,
Weirdo.
I never said weirdo. I thought you were just.
This kid's
cool.
way cooler than me. Wow.
Yeah, look at him. But
You
yeah,
were right.
and then I never really talked to Gibson until fully we got on campus.
Yeah, which is about 3 weeks into the school year.
Yeah, 3 weeks in. So we had started the school year online. And then after the first 3 weeks, we moved into, you could come in, you just had to wear masks. So basically what we did is we did all our blogging. That's when I first started chatting with Gibson. And then once we failed in our blocking, we found ways near each other.
Because the way our director blocks is he gives you very general stuff
And you just had,
and he lets you play with it because that's like he likes to see how the actors play with things. And we, because of our general blocking, that was like, all right, we need to be here and here.
in this area,
it led to
us being right next to each other.
and just messing with each other the whole time. Because like, oh well, our free blocking that we get to do. I guess
So-
I'll poke Carter for the whole scene.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Like, if you weren't with the leads, you were with me. But yeah, so that show's done. We're in October. I'm still doing the show choir and varsity choir thing, so I'm running around in there.
Oh, that shows also where we had met Aiden. I said I would talk more about him, but we didn't talk more about him.
Aiden is
Oh,
one
we'll
of my...
talk more about him later.
No. I'm gonna get to Aiden right now because this is his senior year.
Okay. Yeah, you talk about your choir.
Aiden is one of my bestest friends. He is actually in New York, at NYCDA, and he is trying to become an actor. And I'm very happy for him, and I'm excited to see him when he comes back this summer. I actually think they're like flying back in.
I need to tell you. I'll tell you the story in a minute. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
It has to do with him.
Hold on. So, Aiden's one of our bestest besties. I was in a couple shows with him. He was also in Glee with me for a little bit. It was fun. It was great. I love Aiden. And basically, he was one of my go-to friends junior year. That was both in choir and theater. Gibby was one of my closest friends in theater. But if I had to choose one of my bestest friends that was a split ways through choir and theater junior year, it has to be Aiden. And then afterwards, we finished our musical, which Aiden was a lead in. You teched that show. That was Anastasia.
I did tech that. He did really good.
And then, what was after that? UIL.
UIL.
Y'all did let the right one in again.
Oh, we just skipped over a little
Hilarious!
That didn't happen. So UIL comes around.
I got to take that show because I was too busy with my choir obligations. Is that the right word? Yeah, I couldn't find the right word. Okay, but so I only got to take that show. Gibby was one of the big leads. And
I remember.
I still remember.
So the way we get roles is our director has fun with it, and he sends us on like little scavenger hunts, or
God,
like
that was
he gives us riddles.
How
or
many of
something.
us were in that group? Was there 5 of
We'll
us?
talk about that scavenger hunt. the
This
senior-
year or last year?
No.
I thought Trey went with us last year.
Trey didn't do it with us. I wasn't with your group last year.
Right, Trey
I-
went with me and Grayson.
No, I did it with Grayson on my own.
Screw y'all. Y'all were smart.
Grayson and I were in the corner together trying to figure this out. And the only reason we figured it out, Grayson would not have gotten it by his own because it was an old movie reference that he did not know. Fair. So I go up there, and so you tell him the answer to the riddle,
And then he basically tells you what you got cast.
he's like, all right, here's your roles. So he says,
This is the first time Gibby and I were not in a show, that we were like close friends. He was in the UIL competition cast. I was in the senior direct cast. I was the male lead, which was honestly probably one of the more harder roles I've had to play, to be honest.
so that character was not you.
I
You have an ant on your burger.
You mean the... This is going to turn out into a whole...
We'll cut it.
Keep talking about that.
You hunt for the ant. So,
He's gone. You were talking about competition, and we were like, this is the first show we did apart. But, see, we
No.
still found our ways around, because you came...
No. Bad organization of story-wise. I go up to the thing and I get my thing. He tells me what I get. He's like, all right, you've got, in UIL, you got Oscar, which freaked me out. Because, but dude, I told you how much I love that show. Like, I just knew that show already. And I freaked out really, because I was like, my like nerves, because at this point I kind of gotten over that anxiety that I felt with Puffs.
Uh-huh.
But I was like so excited. It was like an excited freak out. And then I was also told that I had a second role in the spring show that we were doing. I'll talk about that. I kind of regret what happened with
You were in that show?
that. I was going to be Chad Cole. Because you forget, Chad forgot to audition.
You were gonna be John Curtis.
Because Chad forgot to audition, if you remember.
Wait, he and I both forgot to audition. I
That's
auditioned,
also
I auditioned late. That was me. That was my stupid year.
It was. So, I get that, and at the time he didn't really know like specifics, but he was like, "Hey, you're gonna be in the show.
Mhm.
I want you in it." And eventually, he was like, "Hey, can we give this to Chad? He didn't get like a major role this semester, or like a bigger role." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I got to lead the UIL. I'll
Yeah, fair.
I didn't want to be like rude and be like, no, mine."
Fair.
I
But
kind of wish I did though, because having seen that show, that was such a fun show. to
it
watch.
was fun. It was funny. I got attacked with shaving cream after that show by them.
UIL, we started doing that. It's pretty fun. Chaos. We get 2 rehearsals in, and so we always.
You finish.
We're always dumb in that most schools start their. So our UIL is like the second week of March. Second week of March. Most schools start their UIL
In like December.
in like December, or some even do it in November. Yeah, some do it in November. We start ours in February.
Yeah, we're stupid.
So we get 2 rehearsals in, and then because we do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays. That's how we just did rehearsals. We did the Tuesday one. We do the Wednesday one. Thursday one, Thursday was not a rehearsal, but Thursday, something happened.
How many people? Or was it the directors?
No, this is the first. That happened after.
I forgot about that.
On Thursday, so in the year 2021 in February, there was a major freeze in Texas. If y'all remember hearing about that.
I know what you're talking about now.
Thursday was when the freeze started. By Friday morning, you could not leave your house.
It was like another quarantine again.
Yeah.
We were stuck in quarantine until what? Wednesday?
Basically we didn't even get that Friday. We were stuck there for an entire week in our houses. So we're like, oh, that's a problem. And because of the freeze, a lot of the electricity went out, so people couldn't even like do like a Zoom call or something to like at the very least like run lines and like try to talk about the show.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
We get back, and our director gets COVID.
Like directly after we get back.
So we don't get rehearsals again until like the first week of March.
And we said
we only had like 2.
Yeah, and UIL said, or Gibby said that UIL normally performs the second week of March.
Yeah, second week. So we had a total of like 4 rehearsals.
Hey, I'm just gonna say, y'all pulled that show together though. Even though we didn't advance, y'all still pulled that show together.
No, we did. Like I was very impressed with that show. Like acting wise, that was one of our best shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
brain work.
So my the other lead managed to get the best acting award, and I got the second best acting award.
Gibson, wait till you talk about senior year.
About it, but whatever. I'm joking. So we were really excited about that. We did really good acting wise.
Y'all won 3 awards last year and this year.
The problem came with that show, and I think had everything gone right, I think we would have advanced.
But everything went wrong.
All the tech stuff went wrong.
I was writing, like, I think I mentioned this in theater ranking. I ran music. There were like 8 songs, and our director said, do whatever you want. I have 2 songs in specific spots, but you can have fun with it wherever you want. They told me just to keep it low. So when we did it in the new school, it was so low that it didn't even come out of the speakers.
Yeah, no.
Like, we heard it from the booth, but they could not hear on the stage.
There was no music. The other issue,
Fog machine.
we had a fog machine for like ambiance.
It was like a creepy play.
Yeah, so Let the Right One is like
Vampires.
It's like vampires. It's kind of like it's romance, but it's not romance. It's a mixture of romance and horror. It's the in-between of Twilight and Dracula. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
So, yeah, fog machine just doesn't work, which completely messes with our set because we have our lighting for the show, other than like a few cues, is a projector.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where 90% of our lights come from, and the fog like makes all that light bounce off of it.
It was our main like technical like thing that we had going
And that
for us.
completely threw it off, and it just did not work.
It looked blank.
Oh yeah, I just remembered another technical issue we had.
We're chit chatting too much.
I'll just go over these last 2.
Okay.
And then we'll move on. We had lighting cues that were messed up, but in the show there's blood. The capsules didn't work.
I gotta go. Nope.
So Eli, who's like the love interest to Oscar, so they're a vampire, and there's a point where they have to walk into the room without permission. That leads to them bleeding and whatnot. The blood stuff didn't work properly, so you couldn't see it. You couldn't see the blood.
And that's Let the Right One in 2021.
I genuinely think
That was still a very good job.
one of 2 things. Either we didn't have our major miss.
Uh-oh. Hi.
Hi.
Here's the tracking ball. Mm-hmm.
So one of 2 things. If either we didn't miss all those days because of freezes and illness.
Yes.
I think we would have advanced, or if our tech, I feel like we would.
Yeah.
Because that was an amazing show for what we had, what we pulled off. That was insane.
It was very good.
Granted, a lot of the work was done the previous year, so like set and stuff.
It was all hand-me-down.
We had figured that.
I
stuff
built
out.
that whole set in the parking lot of that school. Just me. Nobody else. It was like a, you know those
It's
domes?
like a jungle
You know those
gym
domes?
dome.
It is like the jungle gym. I built that whole thing in the parking lot of that school that morning by myself. The technical director told me what I needed, and I did that by myself. Okay, so junior year, that we kind of finished it off pretty well.
Loved it.
It was fun. I mean,
Junior year, like we had a lot of difficulties junior year because COVID year, everything was kind of falling apart. But overall, I never had more fun in high school.
I agree with that. Junior year was one of the better years, even though it was COVID year. Like, I hated the masks. I hated that.
Do you want to talk about Jelly Holiday? We haven't touched it.
I would love to, Gibson.
Do you want to talk about senior year's Jelly Holiday, or?
Yes, I would love
Okay, we'll get to that.
Senior year.
Senior year, Carter forgot to audition.
Ah, you had to bully me for that. Ow! Yes.
Carter auditioned late, and then I had to help him submit it.
The clip is on my phone. If I can find it, I'll put it in here. Take the sardines. You leave the sardines and you put the receiver back.
And yes, I put the receiver back.
And you leave the sardines.
And I leave the sardines.
You leave the sardines.
I put the receiver back and I leave the sardines.
Right. Senior year. Starts off. Also, forgot to mention, junior year was my first year in show choir as a dance captain. So, yeah, I'm a pretty good dancer. I'd like to think. But yeah. So, junior year and senior year, I was dance captain for our show choir. So I basically get to teach most of the dances when our choreographer is not here. And for our show choir, we have this retreat that's in October. And I know I'm skipping very far forward, and once I explain this, I will let Gibson explain one of the shows he was in at the beginning of the year, if he wants to talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
Okay. We go on this retreat. It's literally called Glee Retreat. Our show choir is called Glee. Yeah. So yeah, we have this retreat that we go on every year, and it's out in the middle of nowhere. There's a river, there's a giant slide, there's a log cabin, and we all go out there and have fun for like 4 days, and we spend the week out there learning choreo and all that. And yeah, I jumped very far ahead. Also, I want to explain something for this year that's in between everything.
Bit my lip.
You bit your lip? Is it bleeding?
No.
Okay. There's something I didn't explain because it wasn't very on topic until this year. Freshman year through senior year, Carter did something kind of cool.
Dyed your hair?
Huh?
Dyed your hair?
No, I was a sophomore year. That's why I was sad that year.
Oh. Your depression kicked in and you're like, I gotta change the hair.
No, I bleached it sophomore year, but now I only do highlights. But yeah, so freshman through sophomore year, every Friday night, I got the opportunity to, I don't know if you've seen them, we call them flag runners at our school. And basically, for the football team, every time you score, I get to run around the field with a flag. So I got the opportunity to do that for 4 years fully, and they basically made me the captain because I was the only person who's done it all 4 years. Since this one is a part of yearbook, he followed me every single home game and took pictures. So if you follow my Instagram and you see a football picture,
I took it.
taken by him.
Took it.
But yeah, so really knowing Gibson, like not even as like, yes, I love you as a friend, but having you as a photographer that's there like really whenever I need you has really been helpful for me this year. And I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, Gibson, I know you don't like this show, but I want you to talk about Noises Off.
No, I like the show. Don't like the experience.
The experience you had was not the best, but
Yeah. So, the show Noises Off is a super fun show. Everyone's running around. It's chaos. It's super.
we explained it in theater ranking, so.
My role is lonely in that you're not you're not in the wing, like you're not on stage at all. And when I mean that, I don't mean like, oh, you're not on stage, but you're in the
He
wings.
literally
You are not
was
in
blocked into a
you're
table
in the
audience.
alone, which is kind of sad.
Thinking about it now, I've never thought about it from your perspective. It is sad. It is.
It's kind of like you're alone to your thoughts, basically. Wow. And one of the best parts about like shows and whatnot is the camaraderie you have with like your fellow castmates, like on and off the stage. Like when you're in the wings, it's super fun because like one of my favorite wings examples that comes to mind is I don't know if you saw it happen, but when Grayson fell off of the back of that thing during pumps, and we had to all be completely silent because it's the middle of the show and we can't laugh at him.
Yes, I do remember this.
Like fell over turtle onto me and
crap.
It was funny, but like you don't even get that. You're just kind of like
It was
alone.
sad.
It just messed with me mentally, and I didn't like it.
I understand that.
It wasn't my, and it's kind of.
It wasn't your highlight.
It was not my. It was just always one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It's like a weird.
It's a weird meh feeling.
Yeah, it's like on one hand I'm like, I'm glad I got to do the show. Like I love the people in the show. I was like,
You wouldn't.
I just
still
wish
would
I
do
got
it.
to interact with them.
Yeah.
I wish I got to be with them more because it really alienates you. Like you're not.
Yeah.
You don't feel like part of the cast because you're just on your own. And like you interact with them on occasion, but not.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about Jolly Holiday. More positive.
Jolly Holiday is our annual show that the choir puts on every year, every single year. When our original director moved to our school, she basically brought the show with her from Six Flags. She used to work at Six Flags. They did a rendering of that show there. She brought it here, and basically it's been here ever since. And it's one of the greatest shows ever. I got the opportunity to be the Frosty the Snowman since I know how to tap, which is also really memorable for me because when my sister was at the school, she was Frosty. So this insert photo here. But
of them together.
yes, this year was the first time my sister. This is a shocker. First time my sister and I have ever performed together, ever. We sung together but never danced together.
I was behind your mom when it happened, and she was like, "Oh!"
I swear to God, yeah, we kept it a surprise for my mom. My mom and dad came to the dressing room, so my dad knew. My sister, of course, she knew. We snuck her backstage. The kids in the show had no idea. The only people that knew were my dad, me, and my sister. My director and Gibby.
I had to photograph it.
My directors didn't know. Nobody knew it was happening. And then when it happened, all I hear my mom bawling in the audience.
My baby. That's what she said.
Can we please put the clip in?
I don't have a clip.
I have a clip.
You can put the clip.
Put the clip in. Frosty with my sister on stage. It was very memorable, and everyone came up to me after that dress rehearsal run was over and was like, Carter, y'all need to do that for every single show. And I was like, no.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. This is my show. I just wanted to bring my sister into it.
Mm-hmm. No, the whole reason it was so cute was that it was a surprise.
It was all a surprise for my mom. And my mom takes this stuff very seriously because she's been a performance mom. My sister was on the dance team at the same school. She was the dance captain her senior year. So her last baby is leaving. So So I did that mainly for her.
The way you phrase that confused me.
I know. English is hard.
Her last baby. Her sister's last baby.
Shut up.
Just confused my brain.
So yeah, this show is amazing. We got Alvin and the Chipmunk stuff. We do a show choir set every year. Every single kid that is in choir does this show. It is not like any other choir show. It is one of the best opportunities, and I'm so happy I got to be a part of it for all 4 years.
That's Fest. We're going back in time.
We're going back in time. I forgot about Thess Fest. Dude, I love Thess Fest so much. I wish we had done more stuff together.
I wish I wasn't depressed.
I know
I was
why.
having relationship issues at the time.
Gibson-
So I was kind of sad during it.
Gibson
but
was
when
hav-
I was able to get past it, I had really good fun
Did
time.
you go ice skating with us?
No, but I watched.
Oh,
I was
I'm
afraid
so
of hurting
mad.
myself
I understand that.
because I'm clumsy.
I understand that. But Thess Fest is basically a theater convention, and you can go to these classes?
They're like workshops.
Workshops. So they're workshops, and basically all you do is you go to the classes, and like I went to a ton of dance classes. What classes did you do?
I did combat classes, which were really fun.
Did you do combat classes with us? You did with Gideon, right?
I did it with Gideon.
I met this kid that lives near us, and I did one of the coolest.
I forgot
combat-
that he lives like around the corner from us.
He does. He lives like 30 minutes away from us. But yeah, it
Which
was
is super funny because it's like the big Texas theater convention for
Yeah.
like all the high schools. So it's high schools all around Texas, and he just happened to find somebody down
that's
the
like
street.
30 minutes away from us. It was so cool. It was one of my. I'm so upset I didn't do it junior year.
We didn't have it junior year.
Yeah, we did. Sorry,
It was
sophomore year. Sophomore year. Because we had JV people do it sophomore year. My sophomore year.
Because
And-
Grayson did it.
Yeah, Grayson did it.
sophomore, Or his freshman year, our
Yeah.
sophomore year, and he burned the
He burned the ramen noodles.
ramen.
But yeah, so Thess Fest was one of the coolest experiences for me ever. That's really Thess Fest. That's about it. We did workshops and we played. Gibson and I were room monitors. I brought my Xbox on the trip, and we played video games all night long. And then we also ordered pizza the last night. We watched a comedian. I don't remember his name. So now we've talked about December. What? Ooh.
That was
November. And I was going into future. We talked about December. Chorus line.
First line.
That's the first musical.
Another problematic show for me.
For you? That was problematic. Oh,
It's the same
I'm
issue.
Stupid. I'm stupid. Yes, he was basically roped into the same thing where he's a director alone. Like
And I didn't want to do it.
it
But the person who was gonna do it dropped out.
Yeah, he
And then
kind of
I
had.
had to do
He
it.
kind of had no choice. Actually, it was Chad who dropped out.
Chad and I just trade roles.
Chad, you and Chad trade roles
Think
all
about
the
it.
time. Chad was
Puffs,
supposed.
Puffs, we traded roles.
Puffs, y'all did trade roles.
He took my thing in spring show.
He took
because
your thing in the spring show.
we and then we swapped for this show. We just got
Y'all.
trade around.
I swear to God, if y'all swap sweets, I swear. Oh yeah, Chad's
He's
using
not
the
in sweet.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He swapped with me. I was supposed to have that role. Now he's in sweet. Yeah.
in Sweet.
Alex Ortega dropped, and Demetria wanted me, and I said no, I can't. I want to enjoy the rest of my year. So now he gave it to Chad. So Chad is in the show next week. Oh, let's see if he drops. Give me, be ready.
No. This year has taught me one thing. It's to say no.
All right. Well, Chorus Line was really fun for me. It got me a lot of opportunities, and I'll talk about those in a minute. Actually, a lot of opportunities right there in that building. But we'll talk about those in a second. What's after this? UIL.
Yeah, it was okay.
That's all you have to say. We did a magic show,
It could have been better.
and the magic went wrong.
Granted, that show went wrong for many reasons.
It also went wrong when we went and showed it to old people.
That's what I was about to talk about. Is the old people went
You
wrong.
tell them that real quick, because I was not in the show. I was an understudy in the show. I did not have a good enough French accent. That was not French.
That was not, and that's why he didn't get it.
Hey, I got Lumiere in finale.
Yeah, singing French is so much easier.
It is. Why is singing French so much
Because
easier?
French is there's a lot in French.
But
There's
that's
a lot
what
of
it
words
is.
that merge into each other.
Mhm.
It's like how you get through the and such.
So I just
Oh,
need
I
to
see.
sing every time I speak French.
Yes, because it's all about merging your words.
Got
and
it.
Singing is a lot more rhythmic, like French, so it works.
So that's why I'm so good at that.
Yes.
Okay. Tell them
Um,
about the old people.
So we didn't advance with UIL because it was a bad show.
Also,
it got
the
cut.
judge that critiqued us
Did not like it.
sucked. He sucked. He
Granted, it's not bad.
No.
He was not. They were not as bad as I don't like
I
vampires.
have something to say.
They were not as bad as I don't like vampires.
I have something to say.
But
He talked so much smack about me, and I was a background character.
I just remembered something that happened the previous year.
What
Okay,
happened?
I'm gonna talk about two things with Light the Right One In.
Light the right one in?
Let the Right One In. With the two different versions. Okay, the first version in 2020. The one judge who was like, the show was really good. The acting was really well done.
Wait, I know what you're about to say.
I just don't like
vampires.
So he didn't give us a good score because that. That was his critique. And like he went on and on about, oh, he loved the show.
The show is really good. I just don't like the show y'all picked.
I just don't like vampires. 2021, the one I was in, there's
Wait, I don't know this one. You gotta talk.
no, you know the scene.
I do?
You're
Oh,
aware.
is it? Oh, the
There's-
slap.
There's a scene in the show where my character gets slapped by
Ow.
the mom character, and so obviously we don't want to get. I don't want to be slapped all the time because you have to rehearse it a bunch, even though we rehearsed it like twice. I don't want to get slapped, so we did like a stage combat slap, so you're not actually getting hit, but it looks like you're getting hit.
Wait a minute. I thought it was a real slap. You telling me y'all didn't actually slap each other?
I'll get to it. So we're not supposed to slap each other. Is the thing. It's supposed
Oh,
to,
I remember now.
she's supposed to, the mom's supposed to go like basically just in front of my nose, and I'm supposed to like clap my hands together and then my cheek. Theater. My brain was so in the moment during the scene, I completely forgot that. Oh, I'm supposed to like clap against my face, and so I didn't do that. But the problem came with my stage partner, my stage Erin.
Your stage Erin.
My stage Erin.
Her name's Erin.
I love her to death.
I think she's subscribed to us.
She better
Hi,
be.
Erin.
Erin, love you. She got too. So she was standing too close to me, and she just slaps me across the face, and then I'm just like, oh. And then like I audibly hear like this, because I'm right next to the wing. I audibly hear everyone in the wing go, because like that was not on purpose. And then like I legitimately go like, ow, my face, because like I get slapped. That's for me.
Gibson, you haven't died yet.
And so like I go to cover my face because like, ow, like
That
like,
actually
there's a
hurt.
burn. Like that was like the most genuine thing that was on that stage. And then our judge, who's giving us
I got
feedback,
this. That wasn't a real slap.
I just wish the slap looked more real. It looked way too staged.
She made contact.
You could hear the of my face.
You just smacked
Yes.
me.
You could hear it.
Okay.
And it's not like it's not like the person's like super far away in the stage because it's COVID year, so everyone's like there's no one in the audience.
Did y'all have masks on?
Yes. She slapped. You could see my mask go. You could see that.
Okay. We got it. You were mad about the judge. We got to get back to senior year. We're in senior year. Grand Illusion's over. So we're really.
I didn't like the show. It got cut down a bunch. It was a
Grand
full-length
Illusion
show,
was a
but
really good show. It was a good 2-act show, but we had to cut.
we had to cut it down to
30
one
minutes.
act,
Yeah, we
and
had
it was
to-
awful at one act.
Yeah.
Next thing. What's happened since?
We performed it for the old people,
We performed it for the. Okay, so the
and
old
more
people,
techie issues happened.
The old people was really funny because there's like there's a scene where like you're supposed to just your
Oh
behind
yeah,
the
the
curtain,
set fell apart.
and the set
The
fell
set
on
fell
top
apart.
of the magician.
The set fell apart. Oh my god.
I walked out of that building and I said, "Fuck, can't do this."
You can't. So
I just walked out. I walked down the street a little bit and then ran back in because I was like, I need to see how far we are.
no, because I'm standing next to. It's Chad, Alex, and I are just standing next to each other, and we watch it happen, and we just all look at each other like.
Did Alex also hit himself backstage?
Probably.
Yeah. No, he hit Son. No, he tripped.
When Chad's cane broke.
That's what it was. That's what. We had way too much stuff go wrong this year. This year was the year of like things going wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, this show it had its run. It had its run.
It's in our past.
It is in our past.
Spring
So,
break occurs. Talking about
oh, that's what I was. How did I forget? That was one of the best weeks of my life.
wow.
That's embarrassing.
When I'm not there, you're so excited.
Sorry you bailed on us.
I couldn't go. It's expensive.
So for spring break this year, I got the opportunity of a lifetime with our fine arts department, and we went to New York City. We saw 3 musicals and went all over New York. What?
I don't know why I'm sitting like that. It was weird.
Yeah.
I was just like,
But we saw Moulin Rouge, which is one of my favorite musicals now. We saw Wicked, which I've now seen twice. And then we saw Hadestown, which is an amazing show, technically and stage-wise. I forgot the words.
technically it's good. Like,
I mean, like, technical theater was very good. The set was so insane for that show. But it was those are my favorite things. And then we went to the One World Trade Center.
but something more important was happening back in Texas. I was doing a lot of thinking because, like, I was not in a great state mentally at the time. Like, I was very sad. Like, a lot of things were not going great.
Is it what I think you're about to talk about?
And so I'm trying to think of ways that, like, to express, because, like, I love to perform. I love to express myself through, like, entertainment and such. And this year was just not great for that, and it was getting me really down. And so I'm trying to think of ways to get my love back for all of this. And I come up with an idea. This idea.
That was a good bit. But yeah, I
And
forgot you
so
came up with that while I was in New
over
York.
the spring
I
break.
forgot.
Like, I came up with the name, the concept, like the 3 days a week. That was all that weekend. That was all.
I've never heard this, y'all. This is new to me.
Like, I came up with. So, and then.
I just remember the day he came up to me. He was like, "Carter, I have a stupid idea. Just hear me out."
So, no, yeah. So I do a ton of brainstorming. Like, I'm thinking of episodes at this point. Like, some of our episodes that we've done and that we're going to, or I don't think anything we've done.
Look, we have a
but
lot
we have
of
some ideas that are going to happen.
we have a lot of. I want to use a word that I can't. I want to use crazy, insane videos planned this summer, especially this summer.
Yeah, like a ton of ideas that are about to come up.
And they could be coming up closer
soon?
than you think.
This is the end of May. So
It is the end of May.
Next week
month,
we're gonna
like-
have some pretty cool things.
Like in the next couple weeks, we're gonna have some insane videos coming out.
So I do all the brainstorming and whatnot, and we get back to school that first week, and so we're all in the green room. For those of you who don't know, the green room is basically like a hangout place in the theater for like the actors. It's basically like a decompression. Like, I need a second to think. Like, I'm just gonna sit down on the couch. It's like a nice communal area for actors and like.
It's also our
acting and
director's
such.
office.
It's not supposed to be the director's office.
It's
school
supposed
just
to be
has no
our room.
Our school just has no room, so it's not the director's office.
Yep. Imagine with 3 directors, like, oh yeah, we have 3 directors at our school next year, which kind of sucks because we don't get.
We
to
had
meet the new
one.
We had one this year.
We had our
director
and
we had our main
tech
director and our technical director, but now we'll have 3 directors.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited, and for the musical next year, but I'm not going to say that because for obvious reasons.
It's been announced at this point.
No, yeah. Not again.
No. This is coming out at the end of May. It's getting announced.
Oh
in
my
June.
God, you're right. Yeah,
We can talk about
y'all are doing a little shop next year.
it. Y'all already know that.
Surprise!
If you don't know that,
Sorry, we're filming this early. Y'all have like a week to find out.
yeah. So we're in the green room. Carter's sitting next to me. No, okay, I'm just sitting because I'm still.
You were pondering hard.
I
dude.
was thinking a lot.
You were pondering
This
hard.
was the first time we saw it because we didn't get a chance to see each other over spring break because you were doing
I was in New York, and then I come straight back.
for doing all select stuff.
Ooh, I want to talk about this so bad.
We'll talk
but
about that in a
I'll let you talk about CGE.
So, we hadn't interacted with each other since before spring break, and so I'm just in the green room. So he comes in with it's him, Andrea, and Chad. They all come in.
Oh wait, we also have an announcer. Andrea will, for some videos, be
helping
on camera with us or in the videos. So
you might have met her already.
You might have met her already.
You might
but
not have.
we don't know. But she will be around very soon. So just get to know a couple faces. You know Chad, you know Andrea, you'll need to know Dylan,
Dylan will show up at some
Dylan
point.
will show up very soon.
We think, yeah.
Gadiel might even show up.
Gadiel. He's pretty cool.
There's a bunch of people coming around, and then I have a couple of my friends from the building where I worked over here that might come around and do some theater stuff with us.
Hi, what are the names again?
Nick and Kira.
So y'all come in.
We
We're
come
super
in.
ADD.
No, ADHD.
We're just like, ooh, bird. So we come in. So y'all come in. I'm sitting on the couch. Y'all start doing your thing. You say hi to me.
Come on.
I'm pondering. I'm doing my big brain thing, and so you sit down. I'm like, hey Carter, I have an idea. And so I lay it out to you, and you're just like, I think your words were like something around the lines of like, I love this.
This is a great idea.
Yeah. And then, but you're like, we gotta wait until this performance I'm doing is done. And I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Okay, so feeding into that performance.
Then we kind of start working on it. We do things in class.
Yes, every day
you
we
go.
were in theater, we worked on this, set up everything, and worked around the show. First off, this show we got the opportunity to be a part of this show because of our musical A Chorus Line. We got
It's
nominated.
Select Ensemble. Is what he's
Select
talking about.
Ensemble is basically a group of people from schools in the Central Texas area that get to perform for everybody. And the audience we performed for, literally the day we're filming this, was a month ago.
A month ago.
Literally, as of today, May 14th, on April 14th, I performed for the first time in front of 3,000 people.
For y'all who know Austin locations, it was the Long Center.
Yes,
which is
the
a
Long Center is the building right
huge-
behind us.
It's a huge theater, like
So Select
performance place.
Ensemble is a group of people from schools in the area that had shows compete, that had musicals. A Chorus Line got nominated for, yes, 3 directions and then a
Directions,
design.
ensemble, and then
Directions,
two
ensemble,
actors,
two
kind of stuff.
2 actors and design, yes.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy Landon, we got the opportunity to perform in this group, and I have made so many friends, connections, and I'm so excited for what the next couple of months occur, because before I move out to college, we're going to be partying a lot with that group of people. Of course, we still have time to do this, but yeah, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I got to drive down to Austin from school every day. My gas money hurt a little bit, but
Because it's
being here every day, especially the last 2 weeks before show, was such an insane memory. And the fact we're filming this a month out of the show, it's insane that a month ago I was performing in front of 3,000 people. And I will say this again, I told Gibby this the day we started filming, which is funny. Our theoretically 1 month anniversary from starting this channel is tomorrow, because we started shooting at the Long Center the day after the Heller Awards, which is what the show's called. There's a lot of fast cars coming by. That's a motorcycle. It's a gang. It's a quad bike gang.
nice.
The Heller Awards for young artists. And again, the opportunity was insane. I will say this, and I've told Gibson this so many times, I'm not a scared person when the show starts.
You're a scared person for other reasons.
Yes, I have never been more terrified for a show in my life. The first time I heard that crowd roar, I could not hear anything. All of it was gone. The curtain rises up and you just see 3,000 people in front of you that spans for so far. And I lost my breath. I ran off stage and I was freaking out. I was like, this is unbelievable. This is one of the best shows I will probably ever do until I get out of college. And it just went from there. I was so happy. We had an amazing crew. We had amazing directors, and I could not have asked for a better thing. Also, if you haven't watched Theater Ranking, we won one of our nominations. We won Best Ensemble.
That video was recorded the next day.
The next day. But yeah, the Heller Awards was an amazing opportunity for me. If anybody from Select Ensemble is watching this, I love you guys. Yeah. The day after
we record?
The day after the Heller Awards, we came back up here, shot the intro, and shot 12 videos.
Yeah, basically. And we're at a point where it's like, y'all have seen the rest of our senior year.
Yeah.
This is it.
Like, for those of y'all that follow us on social media, especially me, I post almost everything show-wise I do. So we did finale. That one was very emotional for me. I don't know if you saw that night. Did you come that last night?
No, I was sick, remember?
Dylan came that last. Dylan came that last night, and he texted me that night and said, I have never seen you cry so hard in my life. I was crying like a... Like,
No, I get that.
I don't care if, like, people make fun of me for this. I love the choir department, and I put my heart and soul into that department. I was a leader, a captain. It was hard to know that I was letting that go. And, yeah, y'all have really seen most of it. Like, again, the day we upload this, we graduate, and then we're really done. And then videos should start coming out a lot. I wouldn't say a lot faster, but at the same time. And I'm gonna be working on top of that. I'm going back.
Y'all will not really see a difference.
Y'all won't see a difference really. I'm going back to my job once I finish graduation. So other than that,
Life goes on.
We're gonna keep everything coming out to y'all, and I feel like I don't want to cut any of this video because like I just kind of want to be raw.
There's gonna be a degree of cut.
There's gonna be a degree of cuts, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna go take some senior pictures real quick.
But
And-
there's one thing we promised y'all an announcement.
Oh my God, you're right. Hold on. So, that announcement we have today for y'all. We have a little project, again, coming up called
Another project.
Retro Week.
Retro Week.
Which will basically be us. It's kind of cheesy, but we want to do it. We're going to do, for y'all, a straight 6 or 7 days.
An entire
full
week
of uploads.
From
Because,
Sunday to Saturday.
unfortunately, for some of those people that are big gamers, I think all of them are video games.
The idea is we grew up on the Wii. That was
On
what
the Wii,
was our
all that
big
fun
thing.
stuff.
So we wanna go back and look at them, some of those games, and see like how do they hold up?
Most of those are like early 2000 games, too.
Yeah, like are they basically everything from the Wii is 2000s? Like
God, you're right.
Like are our opinions just nostalgia, or are they really good stuff? So we're just gonna explore them and just have a ton of fun on the Wii. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
sure a ton of y'all have.
We don't really have any more information to tell you about that. All we can really say at this point is that it's gonna happen sometime around June. That's all we can really tell y'all. I hope you all are excited for Retro Week though. We have a couple of road trips coming up in June also, which should get out hopefully end of June or July. We got a lot of videos planned out, and just because we are splitting up for graduation, he's going to stay in the Central Texas area. I myself, unfortunately, will not be. Gibson and I do still have this fully planned out. So we might be splitting up, but you will still see us an annoyingly amount
Of time.
of time.
And it's not happening until later. For now, things are gonna stay the same.
Y'all will be just fine. Thank y'all for watching. We hope y'all enjoy our little date and little flashback down memory lane. We'll see y'all in the next video.
There are a lot of shirtless people out here.
Yep.
I'm keeping that in.